Welcome to our channel. Why does the Old Testament have so many rules? The Old Testament contains hundreds of rules and commandments, and many people wonder why God gave so many to the people of Israel. The answer begins with understanding who God is and what He wanted for His chosen people. The laws in the Old Testament were not random or burdensome for no reason. They were meant to reveal the holiness of God and teach the Israelites how to live as His set-apart people. When God delivered the Israelites from slavery in Egypt, He formed a covenant with them at Mount Sinai. This covenant was a special agreement that made Israel His treasured possession. Out of all nations, God gave them the law through Moses so they would know how to live in a way that reflected His character. The laws covered every part of life, including how to worship, how to treat others, how to remain pure, and how to live in justice and peace. There were moral laws like the Ten Commandments, which focused on loving God and loving others. There were civil laws to help govern the nation of Israel with fairness and protection, especially for the poor, the widows, the orphans, and the foreigners. There were ceremonial laws about sacrifices, festivals, and cleanliness, which helped the people stay spiritually and ritually pure and reminded them of the seriousness of sin. Every law had a purpose. Many were meant to keep Israel physically healthy, others to make them spiritually aware, and others to separate them from the pagan nations around them. By living differently, they showed the world what it meant to belong to a holy God. But no one could perfectly keep all the laws, and this was also part of God's design. The law revealed sin and showed the people their need for mercy and forgiveness. The sacrifices were a way to cover sin temporarily, but they pointed forward to a greater sacrifice to come. The Apostle Paul wrote in Galatians that the law was our guardian until Christ came. The law helped the people understand the weight of sin and prepared them to receive grace through Jesus Christ, who fulfilled the law perfectly. So why does the Old Testament have so many rules? Because God was shaping a people to reflect His holiness, because He was teaching them the cost of sin and the need for a Savior, and because every law was part of a bigger story pointing to Jesus, who brings forgiveness, righteousness, and freedom. Stay curious, stay faithful, and keep exploring.